Hello, my name is Zubin and welcome to another video by City Sophisticate. In today's video, I will be continuing the series on how to dress various body shapes for spring and summer. So in this video, I will be focusing on the rectangle body shape and on spring and summer outfits to flatter that figure. I have also created other videos on the other body shapes and I will leave them linked in the description box below. I still have one more to film on the hourglass body shape and that will be coming shortly. So let's quickly recap the four main body shapes. And just as a note, the body shapes are based on proportion, so the proportion of the shoulders, the bust, the waist, and the hip, and not on weight. So the first is the rectangle body shape, and with that body shape, the shoulders, the bust, the waist, and the hip are roughly the same proportion. The second is the apple or the inverted triangle, and with this body shape, the upper body, so the shoulders and bust area, tend to be broader than the hips, which are narrower. The third is the pear body shape, and with the pear body shape, the upper body, the shoulders, and the bust area tend to be narrower than the hips, and this body shape has a defined waist. And the last is the hourglass body shape, in which the shoulders and bust are in direct proportion with the hips, and this body shape has a defined waistline. So let's first talk about some universal guidelines that apply to any body shape. And the first is about balance, and basically using your outfit to create balanced proportions between your shoulders, your bust, your waist, and your hips. The second is to draw the eye using line. And in terms of line, I mean two things. Number one is the actual outline or the silhouette of your garment. The cut of the garment can basically emphasize certain areas of your body and minimize other areas of your body. And the other aspect of line is the actual print or line on the garment itself, which can draw the eye. It can create sort of a vertical line, it can create curves, it can create many different aspects to your silhouette just through the use of line and pattern. The third is to look at color. And the eye is naturally drawn to lighter and brighter colors and patterns. And so if you want to accentuate a certain part of your body, then the use of lighter and brighter colors and pattern can definitely draw the eye in that direction. And the use of darker colors can minimize those aspects of the body that you want to draw less attention to. Before we jump into how to dress the rectangle body shape, I want to ask you to stay for the end of this video where I will be offering one extra bonus tip on what to avoid as a rectangle body shape. Let's now talk about how to dress the rectangle body shape. As a rectangle body shape, you actually have the benefit of being able to decide which aspect of your body you want to highlight. And the general rule really here is to look for pieces that create curves, or the illusion of curves, and define the waist. And really, as always, as I've spoken about before, balancing your proportions. So let's start off with tops. So if you want to bring attention to the upper part of your body, look for interesting necklines and shoulder details that really bring the eye upwards. So that can be done with ruffles, with frills, with poofy sleeves that are really quite on trend right now, and the use of color and pattern. So let's now look at some examples of tops that would be great for a rectangle body shape. So the first is this ribbed top, and it's got a lovely ruffled, exaggerated cap sleeve, which brings the eye upward. And then you'll notice around the waist, it has some embroidery, which basically brings some waist definition. This next blouse is a wrap top, and with a wrap style, it always has that universally flattering aspect of bringing the eye inward and nipping in at the waist. So this also creates waist definition as well, and because of the blousy drape of it, it adds that element of curve. This next blouse is such a beautiful piece. It has the lovely puffy sleeves. It has the beautiful deep V neckline at the décolletage area with the knot detail. And it has that cropped length. So with the puffed sleeves, it has that lovely curvy element to it. And then with the deep V neckline, it has that very feminine, enhancing the décolletage area. And then lastly, with the cropped length of it, it adds that definition to the waist area. Now let's talk about bottoms. And so let's start with pants and trousers. So with the rectangle body shape, you have a lot of options. You can definitely go with a skinny leg or a slim leg jean, as they will add length to your shape. But then you can also go with a belted style, which adds that waist definition. You can play with print and pattern to add the visual interest to the lower half of your body. And then you can also go with flared styles that really add that element of curve and volume to the bottom part of your body. So this first pair of culottes are lovely for summer. They've got a beautiful color and print that really adds visual interest to the bottom part of your body, and that wide leg style adds that volume and curve. These next pair of trousers are a classic and will definitely work hard in the wardrobe. And it's a lovely high-waisted, wide-leg pair of flowy trousers that would work well both dressed up and dressed down, so you will get a lot of wear out of this piece. One of the biggest trends this spring-summer season is definitely the slouchy or the wide-leg pair of pants, and the rectangle body shape can definitely take advantage of this trend. So in this pair, you've got the waistband and the belt loops to add waist definition. And then you've got a couple of darts in the front, or pleats in the front, that add a little bit of volume. And then you've got that lovely slouchy leg that really brings attention to the lower part of the body, and the color is gorgeous for summer. When it comes to skirts and shorts, for the rectangle body shape, an A-line is generally the best silhouette, and you can again really play around with the color and the details to add that interest to the lower part of the body and bring the eye downward. So this pair of shorts really gives me summer vibes. I mean, the color is definitely eye-catching. And then it has the lovely waist detail with the tie band, and it has the pleats, and these all go towards adding some curve and volume to the lower part of the body. This pair of shorts has a lovely print design on it that brings the eye downward, and the nice thick waistband does define the waist really beautifully, and it flows really pretty and over the hips so that it adds that curve to that area of the body. This beautiful brown polka-dot midi skirt is just pretty and beautiful for summer. It's got the nice waistband detail, and then it flows gently over the hips and in that sort of A-line shape, which is very flattering and adds volume to the lower half of the body, and it's definitely going to be a summer staple in anyone's wardrobe. And this is such a cute mini skirt. I love the silhouette of it and the print, and it's got that lovely wide waistband to define the waist, and then it just gently poofs out over the hips to create those curves. Such a beautiful airy piece. Now moving on to dresses. I absolutely love dresses in the summer. And again, with the rectangle, you have so many options. So you can go with a fit and flare, which is closer to the body on the top and then flares out and adds that volume to the bottom half of the body. Belted styles that create waist definition, and then pieces that have the details up top, like the interesting necklines, the poofy sleeves, the off-the-shoulder cuts. So many different options for summer that are going to accentuate the rectangle body. So this dress is a beautiful, easy breezy summer dress that's easy to wear and just throw on and go. I love the color of it, the beautiful green, which is really actually on trend this summer. And then it has the elasticized waist, which creates the waist definition. And then it has a tiered effect on the bottom, which gently flares out and creates a little bit of that volume on the bottom half of the body. Another trend that's been going strong this spring and summer are cutouts. And this dress has a cutout at the waist and the back area, which creates that illusion of the hourglass, and then it gently flares out to add a little bit of volume to the lower part of the body. Jumpsuits are another amazing option for summer. You just throw them on and you've got a complete outfit right there. And this beautiful one with a lovely tropical print on it also has the crossover wrap effect on top, which brings the eye inward, and then it has a cinched in waist and gives that hourglass type of figure. Shirt style dresses are another great option for spring and summer, and this one has beautiful colors in it. It's got the purples, the blues, the oranges, and it's just got the lovely cap sleeve detail, and then it has the buttons down the front and a tie waist, and then the bottom of it gently flares out, and it has a lovely effect of creating sort of that nice narrowing at the waist effect that is perfect for a rectangle figure. A smocked dress is a very popular option for spring and summer, and this one is no exception. It's got the lovely ruffle detail at the neckline and the smocking that all adds some curve and visual interest to the upper half of the body, and then it gently flares out. So it's the perfect way to add some shape to a rectangle shaped body. Finally, let's talk about swimwear. And with swimwear, the focus is really on creating the illusion of curves. And this can be done in a couple of different ways. Number one, through the strategic use of cutouts. Then the second is through the use of feminine details like bows and ruffles and the like. And then lastly, it's really to avoid things that are too straight, like a bandeau top. So let's look at a couple of examples. Let's start with this two-toned swimsuit. So as you can see, through the use of line, it really accentuates the bust area and defines the waistline. And it's quite a sexy piece without being too revealing. This next swimsuit is really on trend, very stylish, and creates the curves through the lines of the garment or the silhouette of the garment. So that asymmetry that comes across the chest area and then the cutout at the waist really create that definition that really is very nice for a rectangle body shape. This next piece is a really great example of how some feminine details can turn a regular swimsuit into one with a little bit more feminine edge to it. The scallop details around the neckline and the leg area just create those illusions of curves that are perfect for a rectangle body shape. This bikini has some really great aspects to it for a rectangle body shape. So the triangle bikini top really emphasizes the bust area, and then you have the knot at the center of the décolletage, which again just adds that visual interest. And then the bottoms have the tie details at the hips, which again just make that curve illusion and is again really great for a rectangle body. And finally, this bikini is a lovely example of how print, or in this case polka dots, can add visual interest to a bikini or a bathing suit. And then it has the knot detail at the bust area to create that visual interest. It also has the tie details at the hips to create the curvier hip area. And then this one has a Brazilian cut at the back that is a little bit more exposed than a full cut, but with a rectangle body shape, you can generally get away with wearing that. Now, as promised, here's the bonus tip for the rectangle body shape. Because the body shape tends to be more linear, I would suggest to avoid bodycon dresses or body-conscious dresses that do not have any waist definition or any waist details like a belt or a peplum, because otherwise you will have that tubular looking effect, which might not be the most flattering. So I hope that this video provided you with some style inspiration for spring and summer if you do have a rectangle body shape. As mentioned, this is a part of a series on how to dress your body shape for spring and summer. I will be filming one for the hourglass body shape shortly, but all of the other videos will be linked in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you think might enjoy the content. In addition, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel and turning on the notification bell so that you are advised whenever I upload another video. Last but not least, you can also find me on Instagram at Zubin City Sophisticate. Thank you so much for joining me today and have a great day.